poser! Oh, look at you, you disgusting little poser! Name me 3 songs right now! This is probably what everybody out there have heard at least once time in their life. Poser, poser, poser! The term poser is a word that exists since forever, but in the metal and punk community started to be used more often at the end of the 70s, early 80s. Thrash speed metal started to rise and fans wanted to distance themselves from people that just liked the image of metal but weren't really into the culture. For some was a word to separate the true metalheads from those casual listeners who listen mostly glam metal or mainstream rock, and in some way has its sense. I mean, as you know guys, I'm a big fan of glam, hair metal, but we can't deny that majority of the people that were listening to glam or hair metal were doing it just because it was the popular music of the time. And we have seen how fast everybody forgot about it as soon grunge came in the 90s. 2025, and seems to me that that word have kinda lost its meaning, at least for what I read online. And every time I read someone calling someone else poser, I'm like, what you mean by that? So a few months ago my buddy Farvan uploaded this video called Ranking Black Metal Bands by How Poser They Are. He asked people on Instagram which, in their opinion, were poser bands, and I can tell with a little bit of proud, I have to be honest, that You're Truly Here and his band TRYGLAV are in that list. The fact that people know who you are and they put you in the same list of bands like Immortal, Gorgoroth, Belphegor means you accomplished something. And I'm not joking, I'm seriously proud to be in that list. Poser is literally the least word you can use to offend me. I mean, if you tell me that I stink, I probably get more offended. And maybe you will be right. Anyways, reading that the comments, in that video, I see people literally calling poser every single bands on this planet. From bands that play this genre since forever, from bands that create the genre. And I'm like, what the actual fuck? Does the meaning change through the years and I'm not aware of it? What being a poser means? So for the sake of silence, I searched it online just to be sure, we are on the same page. And it says, poser is someone who pretends to be something they're not. Usually to fit in, look cool, or impress others. And this is my same thought about the meaning of the word. Usually something that you see more in the young ages. It's not something too much common in my opinion after you pass the 24, 25. Like, that friend that tells you how much he hates black metal while wearing a Burzum t-shirt. And when you point that out, he tells you that, Burzum is different. Like how? Or the guy that buys that black metal album, and when you put the same black metal album in the car months later, he will ask you, is that Motorhead? Yes guys, these aren't random stories, these are real life experience. My real life experience. And I'm the piece of shit that tricked my friend in the car putting Immortal, the album that he bought months before, asking him which one was that band, and he answered with Motorhead. Yes, I know I'm evil, but at the time I was a huge gatekeeper. And sometimes there's actually cases of people that actually listen to metal but lie about what kind of genre they listen. Happens with another friend that I know that, he was more into Bullet for My Valentine, Avenged Sevenfold, but online in these metal websites as a favorite genre he always has death black metal. Even if he didn't listen death black metal. And I get it, it's much more cooler say I'm the guy who listened Cannibal Corpse, Obituary, Mayhem, instead of, Avenged Sevenfold and Bullet for My Valentine. And that's what, in my opinion, are posers. People that pretend to fit or like a genre that they actually don't. Just like bands from the 80s that switched to grunge in the 90s, it was obviously done for money because nobody gave a shit about them anymore. Posers! But if it's clear right now who is a poser, why there's people using that word for no reason? I mean, sometimes I see under my videos like, oh, you are a black metal vlogger poser. What the hell that even means? Because I'm doing videos about a topic that I love, which is metal, I'm a poser. And the only thing that I can come up with, it's like, okay, he's referring the fact that in the 90s nobody will have done this, like documenting things. But again, internet also wasn't available in the 90s, and you are commenting about black metal on a social media platform. I mean, Or you know, sometimes we get you're a poser because your attitude is too funny to be black metal. But wouldn't being I a poser if I pretend to be serious? Going back to the bands, obviously the video that Farvan made was made in a ironic, entertaining purpose. Something that people in the comment section didn't really realize. But some crazy shit that I read in that comment is like, Mayhem is poser because Euronymous was the biggest poser. Why? Formulate better. Why the guy that literally created the modern black metal as we know? The guy that left before dying what is considered still the best black metal album ever recorded. Explain me! I've seen another guy calling Dissection poser. And yeah, we can maybe agree that Reign Chaos wasn't a great album, but you know, thinking that Dissection did it for following a commercial path doesn't have any sense. If they wanted commercial success, they needed just to record an album like they did in the 90s. I've seen people throwing the name of Emperor, and again, why? Why Emperor? So what is a poser? Well, I will tell you my opinion, then you will tell me yours in the comment section. In my opinion, a poser isn't the guy that loves Avenged Sevenfold, but in the same time loves Cannibal Corpse. A poser is someone that fakes it. If you like pop, but on the other side you like metal, you're not a poser, because you're not trying to fit in one or another. You like both. A poser is again someone that never lived the culture, never invested in the culture, never supported the culture. But calling posers band that after 30 years still play this music, helped to make this music big. Just because you don't like that guitarist there is also on YouTube making videos. It's pathetic. The problem nowadays, the biggest problem with internet, is that everybody is allowed to say their opinion. And seems that everybody is a poser if he doesn't fit someone else's narrow definition of being the true metalhead. You don't know the entire discography of Slayer? Poser! You don't know this band that just other 50 people listen in the entire world? Poser! You go to Wacken, that's a mainstream festival. Poser! Metal has always been about freedom, rebellion and self-expression. Not about following someone else's checklist. So if you love the music, if you support the bands, if you go to the concerts and you engage with the scene in your own way, you're definitely not a poser. All the rest, my friends, are just nonsense bullshit. That's obviously my opinion. Let me know your thoughts and I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers!
Satan.